Taking a look now outside the Roswell Police Department, a memorial car now sits outside. Flags are flying at half-staff, honoring Officer Jeremy Labonte. He was shot and killed in the line of duty Friday night. Anyone in the public is invited to come and pay their respects, drop off flowers for the family of the fallen officer who gave his life protecting his community. Here's a word from some of the mourners.
It's a heavy burden that all of them got to carry around with them. It seems like they're just, very, even keeled and do their jobs. And that's what you want out of your police force. They do a great job of it.
And Officer Labonte joined the Roswell Police Department back in November of 2021. He served on the night patrol, and he was just 24 years old. Officer Labonte was married to a woman that he had known since middle school. And the last time a Roswell police officer died in the line of duty was nearly 40 years ago. The city has canceled several meetings and events to allow for the department to grieve.
The Roswell community is gravely affected and saddened by the loss of this outstanding young man who dedicated his life to protecting us.
Now, investigators say Officer Labonte was shot several times Friday night by 23-year-old Edward Espinoza. Labonte was rushed to a nearby hospital, but unfortunately, he later passed away. Doctors were not able to save him. Meanwhile, Espinoza was arrested by other officers and faces several charges, including murder. Roswell police say that they will share more information about funeral arrangements to remember this fallen officer. Of course, when more information is available, we're going to share that with you. And you can also follow the latest on AtlantaNewsFirst.com, also our free mobile news app. And if you can also sign up to get alerts sent right to your phone whenever new information about that is released. Okay, let's get to this other story that we're following, a developing investigation underway right now. In northwest Atlanta, investigators roped off an intersection on Chapel Road near Joseph E. Boone Boulevard for several hours just overnight. We spotted several crime scene units on the scene there. We are working with Atlanta Police to gather more information on this, and of course, we'll keep you up to date with all the latest. All right, let's talk about Piedmont Park, which so many of us know and love. The Piedmont Park Conservancy wants to hear your thoughts for the future of this very popular park. They hosted a public input session Saturday to hear people's thoughts on a new comprehensive plan that they're developing. The Conservancy will use ideas from these sessions in its new plan, which will be unveiled in April. And we spoke with the group's leader about the feedback they've had thus far.
The one thing that we hear continually is how much people love Piedmont Park. It really is our city's iconic park. It's a park for everyone. But then we're also hearing that people think the park is a wonderful resource, but let's take better care of the park day in and day out. Let's make sure that we provide great entrances and moments of magic.
Well, the next public input session will take place a week from today on Sunday, February 16th from 9 to 1 o'clock. And then there's a virtual session on Saturday, February 22nd from 1 to 2 o'clock. We have all this information on AtlantaNewsFirst.com, also a free mobile news app. If you're interested in taking part and sharing your feedback, obviously they do want to hear from you. All right, let's talk about a new initiative that South Fulton Police are trying out, this new program, and it's to help rescue vulnerable people who might go missing. Here's more on how Project Lifesaver works. Kyle Watson is 13 years old, but always a baby to his mom, Devin.
Are you a big baby, yes or no? Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Kyle is nonverbal and has autism.
He doesn't communicate. He only communicates through echolea, where he basically just repeats back what you say to him.
It means mom is always on duty.
Kyle understands, I'll say that. Like, he understands all my commands. He understands a lot.
Kyle is a curious young boy, which has sometimes brought challenges.
Kyle does sometimes, he has wandered off before. Luckily, in the past, we've been able to have neighbors, like, let us know that he's wandered off.
But Mom Devin always fears the what-ifs.
When he wanders off, it's extremely, it's scary. Kyle loves water. He can swim, But there have been times where I fear when we're in certain places like spring break and different things like that, if he wanders off, he could possibly go to a pool. There's no one there to possibly help him if he needs the help.
It's why Project Lifesaver in South Fulton is welcome news to Devon.
Being a parent of a child with autism, you're always on alert because you always feel like you can never take your eye off of your child, whether it's 15 seconds or a minute.
It involves wearing this small radio frequency tracking device, allowing trained law enforcement officers to locate a person within minutes if they go missing.
In our case, it's happened where I took my eye off of him just for a moment, and we had an incident with our local police department. Having this bracelet gives me a sense of security.
For Devon, parenting never stops.
What is it that I told you we can go and get once you finish?
Me.
Where are we gonna get? Donuts.
But Project Lifesaver might just make it a little bit easier.
For me, it would just give me a sense of security where I wouldn't have to always feel like I'm on high alert.
And, you know, Project Lifesaver can also help families with loved ones who maybe have dementia or Alzheimer's disease as well. And if you're interested in registering your loved one, you are welcome to do so. In fact, I'd say you're encouraged to do so. You can just contact the South Fulton Police Department to learn more about that. We also have more information on AtlantaNewsFirst.com and our free mobile news app as well. Okay, let's talk about, I'm not going to talk to you about the Super Bowl. I'm going to talk to you right now about the Puppy Bowl, because personally, that is what I am more excited about. And I think, oh, look at these faces. Maybe you might be too. But obviously, you know, the Super Bowl is coming. But the annual Puppy Bowl always comes along with it. These adorable pups from Georgia are actually going to be competing this year. Atlanta News First Sawyer Bussey introduces us to Cassie, Huckleberry, and Joey.
You would never know by seeing Cassie now, but she was in a rough space at a young age. Her mom abandoned her, and she became part of the Bosley's Place family. Puppies in serious condition end up in the hands of volunteers at the organization. They try and nurse homeless and orphaned neonatal puppies back to health again.
For me, it was just the right thing to do. I mean, I just felt like that's what I wanted to do. I knew there were dogs that needed a place, and I felt like we needed a dog in our life.
Cassie was formerly known as Raspberry. She hit the Puppy Bowl with two other puppies, Joey and Huckleberry.
I don't even have words. I can't wait to see what it's like. I'm living with like a movie star or like a, rock star.
Tracy's rock star is back home now, enjoying her days with her new family and her new brother, Hennessy. Hey there.
Got it?
Behind each thriving puppy, each puppy who found their forever home, is a story of survival. Stories made possible by volunteers.
I just, again, think that it's important for people to see the benefits of adopting.
In Buckhead, Sawyer Bussey, Atlanta News First.
And more on that and all of our top stories on AtlantaNewsFirst.com or by downloading our free mobile news app. Now back to local.